The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com. And now it's time for the Mr. Nailsin Show. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Teacher sentenced for having sex with a student in her classroom on the day of his 8th graduation. Wow, what a send-off. Hello, I'm Mr. Nailsin. Yes, the 46-year-old teacher received the maximum prison term for recently pleading guilty to having sex with a 14-year-old student in her classroom. A judge sentenced Michelle Solis to 4 years in state prison for one count of sex with a minor. Solis will also have to register as a sex offender and must not contact the victim for 10 years. After that, well, prosecutors said the victim was Solis' student in June 2021 when he was in 8th grade at Sycamore Junior High School. Solis reportedly added the young student as a friend on Instagram and began sending him messages shortly before his graduation. According to the district attorney's office, Solis sent the student 4 inappropriate photos and had sex with him. Gridley police uncovered Solis' crimes in October 2023 when a concerned parent notified law enforcement about rumors of explicit photos of Solis being sent among students. Police found additional photos of the defendant on the victim's phone, as well as their messages. Officers initially arrested Solis on November 13th, 2023, for unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor under the age of 16. According to the district attorney's office, Solis' attorney argued that she should receive probation, citing the incident as only one act. However, prosecutors sought the maximum term, pointing to the 29-year age gap as well as Solis' position as a trusted community member and a pattern of conduct amounting to grooming. The district attorney's office also argued that Solis gave the victim special treatment, well, to say the least, and told him to delete their communications. Solis had reportedly worked as a teacher with the Gridley Unified School District for 20 years. Career, ethics, morality, all of it thrown out the window, all to live out a forbidden fantasy. But that's what happens when you don't have a soul. This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin. You're listening to the Mr. Nailsin Show here on RadioMisfits.com.
I like beer. That's why I drink it. Ain't got nothing better to do. Might as well drink beer. Beer.
And now it's time for the Bayou Crime Report.
Louisiana Mayor Misty Roberts, 42, accused of raping a minor 1 week after her abrupt resignation. Hey, I'm Red Neckerton. Well, yeah, Louisiana mayor abruptly took a leave of absence before resigning last week is accused of raping a minor during her time in office. Well, I guess we can guess why the resignation took place. former DeRidder Mayor Misty Roberts was charged with third-degree rape and contributing to the delinquency of juveniles. Oh, more than one. An investigation into the 42-year-old mayor, who was in her second term, was opened on July 26 after the Beauregard Parish Sheriff's Office requested the state police look into a complaint against Roberts. There's the mugshot. Now, mugshots are, they aren't too flattering. Well, over 42, not bad. As the investigation progressed, Louisiana State Police, SVU, just like the TV show, conducted interviews with two juveniles, one of which was the victim. Oh, I guess, the other one just watched? I don't know. Both juveniles confirmed Roberts had sexual intercourse with one juvenile victim while employed as mayor. A warrant for Roberts' arrest was issued before she surrendered herself to the police. Roberts was booked into the Beauregard Parish Sheriff's Office jail and released later on $75,000 bond. Roberts' attorney called his client Nailsin while calling out law enforcement for not talking with the former mayor before her arrest. Hey, asshole, that's how it goes. They got the goods, they get the warrant, they come get you. I mean, at least she got to turn herself in, so shut the fuck up. God damn, come on now. I guess that was the look on her face when they showed up, But, come on. You knew what was going on. That's why he took that leave of absence. Anyway, the lawyer says it's my honor to represent Misty Roberts. My client learned last night of a warrant despite not being contacted to be interviewed prior to investigators obtaining the warrant. Yeah, again, come on. You want special treatment. My client maintains her innocence, and as it stands, she is in fact innocent. We trust the public will respect her constitutional presumption of innocence, which is fundamental to our system of justice. Misty and her family are very grateful for the support they have received from their friends and neighbors, and we look forward to putting this unfortunate situation behind them. Her arrest comes after she announced she would step away from her office for 2 weeks. The same day, police launched their probe. Well, sounds like she was aware quite a bit of what was underway. So, I'm not liking this lawyer's stance here, He might just stick with the innocent till proven guilty thing, but, So anyway, DeRidder Fire Chief Ken Harlow was appointed as her mayor pro tem. But a day later, the disgraced former mayor submitted a letter of resignation to the Senate Council. So I guess the fire chief's in charge for the time being. But anyway, for nearly 15 years, my love and passion for DeRidder has been my foundation while serving as mayor. This role has rewarded me with many great relationships. Oh boy, that's a poor choice of words. I am humbled to have witnessed the hard work that took a community to come together and overcome through unprecedented times. However, I must adjust my focus and priorities. Yeah, I'll bet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's into some stuff. Look at that. Oh, yeah. But you gotta stay in your lane, dummy. Yeah. Anyway, Louisiana Secretary of State's office must make the resignation official before City Council President Randy Larkin begins serving as the city's mayor pro tem until a new mayor is elected on March 29, 2025. DeRidder, well, that's a city just under 10,000 people. It's situated on the west side of the state, approximately 20 miles from the Texas-Louisiana border. I know it well. Been in and out of there. And so was she. Yeah, that's a damn shame, because, like I said, 42, that ain't bad. Oh, well, it just goes to show, when you get caught with your hands in the cookie jar, you better make sure them cookies are well done. Or something like that. Yeah. I didn't think that through. Anyway, from Bayou Crime Report, I am Red Neckerton, reminding you, keep your goddamn holes clean.
The Bayou Crime Report is a presentation of Nailsin Productions. Once again, the nightly streets of Cineopolis come to life due to the roar of the engines of the night cruiser, where we find our masked marvels Night-Night and Bubo.
Gee, Night-Night, I still can't believe that a major clue in this latest plot by Boogeyman slipped through our fingers all because you forgot all about an important assignment you once had.
That's not how it went, you idiot. Besides, I told you, I lost all memory of that mission due to a magic spell.
That's stupid. Why would anyone cast a spell to make you forget something as important as this?
Because it was important.
Huh?
They had to keep it secret. So secret that even we didn't know about it. But now that I've heard of the tome of thresholds, it has awakened my old memories.
That's another thing. I don't even know what a tome is.
It's a book, you idiot.
Well, all right. Then what's a threshold?
Well, it's like a doorway.
What? We're looking for a book about doors? That's stupid.
Not just any doors, Boo-Boo. Secret doors.
Oh.
Doors to other worlds.
But I still think it's pretty stupid to deliberately forget about something that sounds that important.
Again, Boo-Boo, it was necessary to keep it so secret that not even we knew it. Therefore, evildoers couldn't get their hands on it until now when the boogeyman did.
See? It didn't work. That was stupid.
Well, anyway, I must report this to the one man who will know what to do next.
Well, who's that?
The man who cast that spell upon me to forget in the first place.
And you still don't remember who he was?
No, I do remember who he was. It was none other than Dr. Deja Vu.
Huh. I gotta admit, that name sounds familiar.
Of course, well, he is renowned as the world's greatest master of the mystic arts. He's the one who recruited me and others on this mission so many years ago, early in my career. But now, with my memory restored, it's as if it happened only yesterday. I do not understand. Night-Night, how are you able to find me in my secret hideout? Simplicity itself, Mr. Fooler. For you see, your clever plan was not so clever after all. That plan of disguising your vehicle as an armored car delivering money for the banks simply was your undoing. As simply as I tagged with tracers every armored vehicle in the city. Eventually, I was able to track them all down until I found yours here at this old abandoned warehouse. It appears you fooled yourself, Fooler.
Then let us hope that you were capable of tracking other entities of great import.
Night-Night. Well, looks like you have me at a disadvantage, sir. Who are you?
I am a master of the mystic arts, known as Dr. Deja Vu.
It's funny. It does sound familiar. What do you want with me?
I've come to recruit you, Night-Night, for a mission with the entirety of reality at stake.
Oh, well, look, I'm pretty beat. I've been chasing the Fooler all weekend, and I'm going to need at least a day or two off, so maybe we can get back together Wednesday?
Time is of the essence, Night. We must depart now.
Well, hang on a minute. I got stuff to do, and I got to...
I often forget that teleportation can be quite unsettling for those unaccustomed to it.
Oh, yeah, you said it, Doc. Take it easy there, Night. It takes a while to recover from one of them trips ahead. But lucky for you, I managed to swipe a six-pack on the way over. So here you go. Take a swig of that. That should settle it all down.
Why, Frog Prince, what are you doing here?
Well, same as you, Night. I got recruited by Dr. Deja Vu. Just like everybody else here. You can take a look. Some of these I ain't ever met before, but over there, that's Major Timely.
Major Timely? You mean...
Yeah, that's right. I think that's Captain Timely's sister or something. Anyway, that's her with the big golden knockers and all that shiny armor. Man, that's a sight to see. Yeah. So standing next to her is the chick in black. Apparently her name's Hellbat. She dated some guy who was demon-possessed, and as a result, she developed supernatural powers or some crap. I don't know. The things that can happen, And the guy riding around on that flying motorcycle, he's from outer space, and apparently he goes by the name Star Rider.
Star Rider?
Yeah. He worked for someone named the Cosmic Collector or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, he's freelancing down. I guess Deja Vu recruited him too.
Good Lord. What the hell is that over there?
Oh, yeah. Man, get this. Oh, yeah, it looks like a big ape just sitting there in diapers and wearing a metal hat or something.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Well, it's not quite. See, the reason he's wearing that metal hat is because, somebody took this dude's brain out of his head and stuck it in the body of an ape. And now that poor bastard's stuck and goes by the name Ape Wonder.
Dear God.
Yeah, no. Just when you think you got serious problems. Well, just remind yourself about that poor son of a bitch.
Now, what's this all about anyway?
You are here, Night, because I have enlisted the aid of Dr. Deja Vu in order to gather you here together at my request.
Holy shit. Man, where did that spooky dude come from?
What? Who are you?
I am known as the Doorman, for I am the guardian of secret doors to other worlds most are forbidden to trespass. However, there exist keys that can unlock these doors, and these keys must be found and brought here, where they can be kept safe, lest they fall into the hands of ultimate evil. One such entity is none other than the Bewitcher, who has also gathered together his agents to also seek the keys that must not fall into his hands, for if they do, he would unlock the doors to his dark realm and invade our very own.
Well, look, I think I got the wrong guy. I mostly just catch muggers and stuff. I don't know anything about secret keys and doors and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't know where to begin.
Fortunately, Night, I have in my possession a book that comes from my secret library of secret books. This particular book details the location of secret doors, the very tome of thresholds. It is this that will guide us to the realms where the different keys should exist.
Oh, well, that'll make things easy enough. I mean, hell, I guess this mission's already halfway over.
Let us hope, Frog Prince. For now, our journey begins.
Well, now, hold on just a damn minute. I need to... No, not again.
Will Night and his new friends find the secret keys to the secret doors? Well, one can assume they probably did, since this is a story from the past. But how did it go in detail? Well, perhaps we'll find out the answer to that question in a future episode of Night.
This has been a Nailsin production. The Night theme song is performed by Alistair White and his lovely wife, Heather. Incidental music is courtesy of Kevin MacLeod. All characters are performed by me, Douglas Nelson. Join us again, won't you? This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. A North Carolina high school teacher has been arrested for indecent liberties with a student. Brittany Marie Vernon, 39, was hit with 3 counts of felony indecent liberties with a student and 3 counts of felony sex acts with a student. The disturbing assault allegations against the Randleman High School teacher were first reported on July 1st, 2024. Police did not share the details or disclose whether more than one student was allegedly targeted by Vernon, but said the accusations were troubling enough to issue a warrant. The sheriff also did not clarify whether the alleged victim was Vernon's student or their age. The age of consent in North Carolina is 16. Vernon is a career and technical education teacher within the high school's health services department. She began her teaching career at Randleman High on August 21st, 2023, but had been a part of the Randolph County school system since August 2018. Vernon has since been suspended without pay, and might as well, since she's being held on $75,000 unsecured bond. Well, it just goes to show, even though sexuality is a part of biology, and biology would be involved in health education, hands-on demonstrations thereof are generally frowned upon. This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin. The views and opinions expressed during the Mr. Nailsin Show do not necessarily reflect those held by RadioMisfits.com. So, any complaints and or comments should be sent to @MrNailsin on Twitter, where they will be promptly ignored and or blocked. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Woman pleads guilty to falsely calling 911 nearly 400 times, causing the death of another. Hello, I'm Mr. Nailsin. 34-year-old Kesha Kennedy, KK, entered the guilty plea on charges of felony disrupting public services, felony making false alarms, and 25 counts of misdemeanor misuse of 911 systems. Prosecutors said beginning in 2020, Kennedy called 911 nearly 400 times and claimed to experience different illnesses. She reportedly used local first responders for her personal entertainment for ambulance rides to the hospital for her non-existent emergencies. According to the prosecutor's office, the South Zanesville Fire Department responded to the calls and became strained by her improper and frequent use of emergency resources. As a result, first responders were unavailable for real emergencies. Prosecutors said in one instance, the fire department received a call of a person unable to breathe. First responders were unable to help due to Kennedy's misuse, and the person eventually died. In another situation, fire personnel were understaffed for a fire because they were assisting Kennedy. According to prosecutors, Kennedy called 911 multiple times weekly and sometimes several times in one day. At the hospital, Kennedy would reportedly admit she was not experiencing any medical problems or emergencies, but she'd still have to go through triage every time. Prosecutors said the visits were funded through Medicaid. Kennedy underwent a psychological evaluation, and Muskingum County Assistant Prosecutor John Little said in court that she demonstrated a factious disorder, which means she's a liar. Kennedy reportedly has a history of misusing emergency sources in other counties. In August 2023, Kennedy was at the Licking Memorial Hospital and allegedly pretended she was suddenly unable to stand or walk. She also faked being unconscious and then woke up and told officers she was disabled and didn't know the meaning of being read her rights. Prosecutors said she was convicted of misusing the 911 system in the case. In a statement, Little said, obviously some type of check or balance needs to exist, so this type of abuse is more quickly reported by EMS to law enforcement because 350 pointless ambulance runs is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if he made this statement before she did another 50 pointless ambulance runs, but, well, anyway. One can't help but recall the old story of the boy who cried wolf. But did you ever wonder whatever became of the boy who cried wolf? He became wolf shit.
This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin.